Hi everyone. Happy Tuesday. It's lunchtime in Europe, but we might have some Americans who've actually no, Americans haven't got up early. We might have some Asians staying up late. But welcome to part two of the Binance workshops in the Encode hackathon. We are lucky enough to be joined by our Arcane network here, Tim and Gert, and in about half an hour or so, or 45 minutes or so, we will be joined by Gaurav from BitQuery, and they're going to talk you through cool stuff you can do with Binance Smart Chain, how you can use their technology with Binance Smart Chain, and in general make your developer experience that little bit more easy and straightforward. If you have any questions for any of our speakers today, please use chat and pop some questions in there. I'm sure they will join the Discord as well. I'll make sure in the very unlikely event someone is not already in the Discord, I'm going to paste our Discord paste our Discord link in now, so you can have a join that. Give me a sec. Let me paste it in there. And in general, everything about the hackathon is on the Discord. We are in week 5. This is the last of the kind of formal learning weeks. You can, of course, keep learning all the way up to week 10 and the end of the hackathon. But in general, we'd like to think you're thinking about building on specific challenges now and kind of getting started into next week. Fantastic. All right, well, let's get started then. It's nice to have Tim and Gerbert here. Tim, over to you whenever you're ready. Please tell us more about Arcane and everything in between.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Anthony, for having us. Let me first start with sharing my screen. It'll be a little bit easier to follow. And then we can set up a quick introduction as in what is Arcane and what the benefits are for developers. So what we really are is Arcane is a developers platform. It's an API platform, and we have a blockchain wallet provider. We support Binance Smart Chain, and we also have an NFT service within our API stack. And the goal that we are doing, or what you're trying to achieve, is really being that solution for a developer so that they can build on our API platform and leverage the blockchain technologies in the right way. Now, going through the agenda, we're going to tell you a little bit more of why we're in the blockchain space, also in which industries we're operating in. It's primarily in the gaming and in the DeFi sector. And after the introduction, Gerbert is going to take over and do a quick demonstration of how you can use our tools and services. After that, we can really go into a couple of questions and answers that we can provide you. When we're talking about the gaming industry, we're really talking about the in-game asset monetization, because in the old days you used to be able to buy games and it was so straightforward and very simple, but nowadays you've already seen it with Fortnite, you've seen it with Counter-Strike Go. You're playing games for free and there's a really big asset economy within that game itself. Now, Nintendo is a good example of a company that really was successful in that strategy. But the real problem is that most of the game developers are failing using this free-to-play monetization strategy within their games. And one of the main reasons for that is there are really too many parties involved where they're taking too much of a percentage fee. And we see that bigger companies are already moving to blockchain technology to really make that ecosystem a more fair ecosystem, so that the game developer that's spending a lot of time building these awesome games for the community, that they can bring that value to the users and also have a healthy profit within the company itself. Who are the players that are in the space? Well, some of them you already know: Atari, Panini, Topps. These are big companies that have already moved to blockchain technology. The Sandbox is another great example of how you can combine blockchain technology and bring forward a game that uses the true ownership aspect of getting assets within the game that a player can own, and creating a user-generated content platform where designers can create digital assets within the social platform, which is the Sandbox. We're going to dive a little bit deeper as in how this actually works. So What is the core philosophy? Well, it's really a developer tool. We allow you to onboard users with the Arcane wallet provider to be that solution provider for the game studio, for the developers. The ability to create and monetize with NFTs, and to develop that asset economy in the gaming and the DeFi space. The core philosophy, again, is that you're helping users to be working on your application, on your platform, and you're not just treating them as an end user. You want them to be a vital part of the game ecosystem. When we're talking with the different companies that we're working with, we see that there are 7 key elements and they intersect in different ways. And what we want to do is represent them as components. So if we go through each and every component, it might be a little bit too long because we really want to go into showing what you can do as a developer. But we'll go through it just a little bit to go and make it everything clear. So as a developer, the first thing what you want to do is not necessarily focus on the blockchain itself, but focus on what you're building. And that is a very crucial element. The sandbox, they're doing just this very well because this is a game that existed since 2011. They've built their gaming community, and by really talking to the users of their platform, they've found the perfect solution or the perfect fit of using blockchain technology within the game. And that comes up to why and when are you going to be using blockchain in the first place? Well, they are using it to create digital assets and to really create an ownership experience. Every time when an asset is transferred from one owner to the next, that's a blockchain transaction that happens. And the network is creating that transaction experience for the end user. Well, most of us already know that Ethereum has its problems and that the technology does not scale that well at this state. But if you have a future vision, you can really solve that issue. It's one of the reasons why we're making it possible for to create and build on the Binance Smart Chain. So in this case, what we see is a lot of the partners are going to be able to migrate to Ethereum, or if they have not built a project on Ethereum yet, then they can start the development on the Binance Smart Chain using Arcane as well. We focus on being the platform for developers, and this is what we find very important. We really want to make sure that you can use the technology so it can be accessible on multiple layers. If you use the APIs, then you can develop mobile application, console applications, or web-based applications, and where you can control the user experience to a way that you can even create a native experience. And that is one thing that we see as very important, being able to take control of how you're building your application and connecting that to a blockchain network in such a way that you can build a very user-friendly experience for the end user. And that's actually how you should see Arcane, as in we are a layer to help the game developer or the developer to build on a blockchain network, where we provide technology and a layer of security additionally, and where you can really go and onboard mainstream users to have a blockchain wallet that is connected to the Binance Smart Chain, and where it's a hassle-free experience both for you as a developer and for the end user. All of this is, of course, well documented within our documentation portal. And later on, you can really have a look into this, and Gerber can do some demonstrations of how you can build with Arcane. That's part of using the developer kit that is readily available for you, and where you can test all of the features that we have. So we really have a lot of items that you can leverage, as in creating and managing digital assets. We have the white label solutions, do the key management for the end user, and the customer support that is helping you to help the end user to really start leveraging your application and blockchain technology. one of the main products and services that is working very well is how we can onboard mainstream users, as in we allow users to register using Google, Facebook, Twitter, or email. And when they do register using those tools within your app, we automatically create a blockchain wallet for the end user so that they can use that and link to your application. It's just a more seamless experience. And what we do for the end user is allow them to create a PIN code, 4 to 6-digit PIN code, so that in the end, every time when they sign a transaction, all they need is to sign with the PIN code. The goal there is, again, tackling the mainstream, getting them into learning the concepts of using blockchain in a safe environment for them to do so. Another thing that you'll be able to do is to create NFTs using our API tools. This, I think, Gerbert will be demonstrating as well. And finally, the last piece of the component is when we're talking to the game studios, in our case, is we allow them to create tools and services where they have a marketplace, where they can invite players to buy, sell, and trade within that marketplace ecosystem, and where the end user can also retain value in selling items that they've purchased and bought and played within that game ecosystem. So one of the successful clients use cases is the Sandbox. We've already onboarded more than 10,000 users to their game in the past 2 months. Is going in that case very, very well. And the next steps that we're bringing forward is bringing in those NFTs and bringing in those marketplace ecosystems to leverage that on the Binance Smart Chain as well. Now, I think for you audience as developers, a presentation like this is a little bit boring or something like that. But in this case, Gerbert is now going to take over, where he can showcase how you can build with arcane technology. Thank you. Gerbert, over to you. Gerbert, you're muted.
Okay, if everything's good, you should see my screen now. So let's get started with the easiest way to integrate Arcane, and that's through the Arcane widget. So it's actually a JavaScript SDK. And if you go to our documentation page from docs.arcane.network, you get all the information on how to integrate the widget. So it's actually an NPM package that you can just install and you can start running it. You can initialize the package and you are up to speed to start integrating Arcane. First, you need to get a client ID, and that's all you need from us to start using Arcane. Now, if you have integrated the Arcane widget, we also have the demo page where you can start using it. And this actually demonstrates the power of the Arcane widget. You can just have your users sign up to their social credentials on your website. It initializes the Arcane widget and you can start using it. So your user can sign up or log in with his Arcane account. And then you get access to his wallet. Now, access to his wallet, it means that you can view the wallet and you can execute transactions on this wallet, but every transaction has to be signed by the user itself using his PIN. So here, actually, on our demo page, you see all the functions that you can use using our widget. So you can make the user sign a transaction to send crypto to another wallet. So I can just select a wallet. I probably first have to manage my wallet, so I have to give the demo application access to my wallet. I don't have a Binance wallet yet, so I'm going to create one. And this is something your users can do all through the Arcane widget. So now I have a wallet and I can start initiating transactions to this wallet. I can sign raw data from this wallet or sign a message. So if you want to, for example, your user to sign a message that proves that it's signed with his private key, that's also one of the functions we offer through our widget. That's mainly the widget, so it's mainly management of your users' wallets, their users, your users' tokens, their NFTs. You can also visualize through the widget. So we have created a wallet that uses Arcane API and Arcane widget itself. For example, here you can see I have my Binance wallets, I have my Binance tokens, Binance NFTs. I can send a transaction, so I can send Binance to another user's wallet, and that's something that you can also make yourself just using our widget. Interesting is that we don't only support sending crypto and NFTs to a user's wallet, but also to a user's email address. So instead of a wallet, I can just add herbert@gmail.com. And the NFT or the crypto will be sent to this email address. So it can be very powerful in your applications to use this function to do some viral marketing. As Tim mentioned, we also allow you to do NFT management using an API. So you see that I have Gambit. It's one of the NFTs I have in my wallet. And using the Arcane APIs, we allow you to create token contracts and NFTs on the Binance Smart Chain. And for this, we have a whole set of APIs available. So if you want to get access to our APIs, then you need a client ID and a secret for this. You can get it by simply filling out a form on our website. And then you can use the API to get your access token. And this access token, this allows you to access all the functions in our API. So the NFT solutions and the white labeled wallets. So let's set this access token to be used by this collection of API calls. Now I have this access token, I can get an overview of my apps that I have on Arcane. And then for these apps, I can use all the functions. So if I want to create NFTs, I first have to create a token contract on the blockchain. For X-Men Heroes, I have created this token contract already. So I also have the token type. And the token type then defines all the functions of an NFT, all the attributes it has. So this is the token contract that's created just using our API call. And then the token type, so I just describe the token type. I post it to Arcane Network, and Arcane creates a token type within your token contract. And what's interesting then is once you have created this token type, you can start creating the tokens. So you just say which token you want to create, and you send, you choose the wallet to which you want to send the token. And at the moment you execute this API, Arcane will mint the token on the Binance Smart Chain within your token contract and send it straight away to this contract. So for example, if you allow your users to buy NFTs, at the moment they buy it, you can just mint the NFT and send it straight to their wallet. So I can just send it. It's going through the API. And then I get a transaction hash. And with this transaction hash, I can follow the transaction, for example, in the Binance Block Explorer. So if we go to the Binance Block Explorer and we send this transaction hash, it looks like the Explorer is down. Okay, looks like there's something wrong with the Block Explorer. That's unfortunately out of our control. Now I can check the NFT contracts that I already have deployed. So I have multiple NFT contracts already. I deployed X-Men Heroes 2 times. But I can also create a new token contract with the same application. For example, if we want to create an aventures token contract, we just get all the information about the contract. So we have a name, a short description, and then we choose to publish it on the Binance Smart Chain. And once we send this, it's going to create this token contract again within our application that we have on the Binance Smart Chain running. Now these token contracts, they fully integrate with the Arcane wallet. So you can just send your NFTs to your Arcane wallet and they will be visualized there in the wallet, and you can start to send them to other players as you like. So we have created the Avengers. It's a new token contract, ID is 34. And then I'm going to create a new token type named the Hulk. And then I can start creating the Hulk. So 34, gonna send this API call. So then within the token contract of the Avengers, we will have our first NFT token type, the Hulk. Okay, it has this ID, this token type, and now I can create it. Say 34. So I'm gonna send it straight to my Binance wallet. So I'm gonna copy the address of my wallet. I'm gonna add it here. And I'm gonna send it, and then it's gonna take just a little bit of time before the item gets minted on the Binance Smart Chain, and then it will appear in my wallet. Okay, looks like there's a little error. Okay, maybe we run out of BSC. So it all takes BNB for these transactions, and Arcane has a pool of BNB that we use to fund all these transactions. But this basically explains how you can easily mint NFTs for your game and mint them straight to the Binance blockchain. You get them in your user's wallet, you can visualize them, and you can send them. Furthermore, we do also have all the white labeled wallets. So if you don't want your users to see that you use Arcane in the backend, we also have the white labeled wallets. And with the white labeled wallets, you just use our API. The disadvantage for you to use the white labeled wallet is that part of the security comes into your hands, because you will have to request your users to enter their PIN code and safely pass it through to us. Now that's well, something you have to think about. If you use our widget, we can promote you to our users. The applications that integrate our widget get exposure through our Twitter accounts and social media. If you use white label, then you cannot use this advantage. This is basically an overview of what we offer for you to easily make and deploy applications on the Binance Smart Chain. So if there are any questions you like to ask, we are happy to answer them for you.
Cool, guys. Any other kind of questions at all? I know some have been coming through on chat during the last few minutes. So any other questions at all, guys?
There is one that Gerber can answer from Liang. How long does it take to mint in general?
Once you have deployed the token contract and the token types, it takes a few seconds. So Binance Smart Chain is very fast. That's one of the advantages to use Binance, and it just takes like a few seconds before your NFT is minted and sent to the user's wallet.
Okay. Daisy, we support 10 different blockchains. Binance and Matic are, for us, the gold partners. We also support Ethereum, Eternity, then Tron, Neo, VeChain as well. But we really consider working with our gold partners as the way to go.
Awesome. Any other questions at all, guys, that you want to ask Team Arcane? Obviously, you can ask some questions later, I imagine, when you kind of start making design decisions and consider what So, can you elaborate on scaling? You mentioned it was one of the main leverages.
Yeah, scaling, what we're then looking at is which blockchain networks can scale, because on our end, we take everything to the API level and to a cloud service like that. And then we're only limited to the blockchain infrastructure and how they are scaling. So the solution here is Binance Smart Chain is they have a dual architecture. The Binance Smart Chain is then for creating token contracts like this, and everything what they're doing on crypto transactions is hosted on the Binance chain. And having this dual architecture allows them to provide a better scaling solution. So if you look at the transaction speed and the transaction cost of Binance Smart Chain compared to Ethereum, you can see that it is a scalable technology. Still some room to improve on, but working very well at the moment.
Yes, so one of the advantages of working with Arcane is that we offer you an API you can use to leverage 10 different blockchains at the moment. So we can add other blockchains as well in the future, but it's interesting that you use one API to leverage these 10 different blockchains, and you can choose another blockchain. If, for example, you use Ethereum now and it's way too slow or too expensive to transfer NFTs, it's very easy to switch using our APIs to Binance, because actually your API calls all stay the same. You just switch from network and it's all done for you.
Awesome. Someone asks, what does it mean by gold and silver partners with Arcane?
The gold and silver partners, those are the partnerships that we have with the blockchain networks. So we have a really deep integration with the Binance Smart Chain and very good contact with the Binance Smart Chain team. And that also allows us to agree on service level agreements with them, so that whenever we're talking to our clients, we can define and propose better customer support for them. Because with Ethereum, for example, we're leveraging Ethereum as well, but we cannot just go to the Ethereum developers or the Ethereum team saying, okay, there's a problem with your network, this is a problem for our user. And that's part of the partnership of being gold and silver partners, so that we can extend the support to our clients.
Cool. Hardforker asks, is there a fully free environment where we can play around with the APIs without having to think about fees and
yes, we do have a staging environment. So the environment I use to demo is our staging environment, and if you use the form to request a client ID, we can create it, and it's fully free to start playing around integrating the wallets on our staging environment. And even if you move to production, we have free tiers. So as long as your application doesn't have too much traction, it's still free to use even in production.
Yeah. We allow you to grow with the users that you're onboarding.
Good. Samuel Heston asks, is Arcane open sourced and decentralized?
Parts of our application is open sourced and decentralized, especially with all the blockchain networks that we support. But there are parts that are proprietary and is not open source, like the key management solution that we're doing, that is proprietary from Arcane.
Yes, what's also maybe interesting is to know is that we have a security program running. So it's a bounty program, and it's already running for over 2 years now. So ethical hackers are constantly trying to break it into Arcane and to steal the private keys. But so far, none has succeeded to compromise any information or our servers or anything.
Very good. Any other questions, guys, for the Arcane team? It's always the awkward moment of silence, really. Awesome. Good. Well, I'm sure the guys will stay on for a few minutes to answer any remaining questions that pop up. But Tim and Gerbert, thank you very much for your time. For everyone here, before we go on to our second presentation, we just let you know that the slides, and I'll have Tim send the slides to me, and we'll post them on Medium later today. And with the recording of this will also go up on all the usual places later on today. But guys, thank you very, very much for your presentation.
You're welcome. One more thing that we would also like to extend to is for everyone here that is following today, what we can do is do a 3-month free tier of our professional services for the widgets. So maybe we'll send that over through email or anything, but if they opt in coming from Encode, or just let us know that you saw it from Encode, then we can extend that deal to everyone joining it today.
Excellent. Awesome.
I
Thank you
also,
very much. Go on.
I also just shared the link to request a client ID. So maybe if you can add it to the Medium blog as well, then people who want to start experimenting with Arcane, they can just fill out a form, request a client ID for staging, and then we make sure that in the next day they have the client ID and can start coding on Arcane.
Awesome. Perfect. All right then, guys. Thank you very, very much for that and for your time this afternoon.
Welcome.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for having us, Anthony.
Our pleasure. Right. On to the second half of today's event. We're delighted to have Gaurav from BitQuery, who is going to present to us about all things BitQuery and how you can use it in relation to Binance Smart Chain. Gaurav, are you there? Are you live?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I need to remove the pins. I can hear you. I will be able to see you very shortly. There you are.
Yeah, cool.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Couldn't be better.
Cool. So there might be a video. I think we can just. I've recorded the video. If you can, or
Pardon?
do you want me to present it live? Basically, I've already recorded a video for this session. We can just play it and then I can answer the questions. If you
Whatever you want to do, sir. Great. So yeah, over to you whenever. Yeah, take it away. Whenever you want to start.
1 second. Let me find the video. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Hey guys, my name is Gaurav, and so basically I've recorded this video. For friends, it will be easier and I can explain everything, touch everything. So I'll be just using this video. After that video, I will be answering your questions if you have any.
Sure. Go for it.
Marketing at BitQuery. Today we are going to talk about BitQuery and blockchain.
We can't hear it.
We'll talk about. Okay. 1 second. Value of information for blockchain. You guys can't hear this, right?
Nope.
We talked about our. Okay, cool. Let me do it live. Okay, cool. That would be easier. I'm really fairly. I use Google Meet more than this. Yeah. Cool. So basically, I'm from BitQuery. I had marketing at BitQuery. Let me share my screen and I'll just talk basically. You guys can share my can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can.
Cool. So let me close all of the tabs. Let's just talk about BitQuery. So BitQuery is basically on-chain data provider. We are a blockchain company focused on solving blockchain problems. So currently we support more than 30 blockchains and we provide all sorts of blockchain data, most historical data and simple data APIs for getting blockchain data. So for example, we have multiple products. So one of our product is Explorer. I'll just show you the Explorer. Okay, this is our Explorer. This is one of our product. We support as you said, we support more than like 30 blockchains. Binance Smart Chain is one of them. So this Explorer is actually powered by our GraphQL APIs. I'll just talk about that in a bit. So before that, just let me talk about basically blockchain data problems and how we solve that and how we view this. So we as a blockchain data company see blockchains as a database. Obviously, they have their own networking layer and consensus layer, but we as a data company see them usually as a database. And blockchains produce millions of transactions and events every day, right? And it's a pretty raw data if you see these transactions and what. However, there's a lot of information in there. For example, there are multiple protocols, DEX, DeFi apps getting built on top of it. So for example, there is a DEX. So a normal transaction is actually a DEX trade. So there is a lot of information in those events and transactions. And we unpack them. We provide APIs to easily access this information. Also, we add meaning to this information. In a sense, you can use our API to pull DEX trade rather than these are simple transactions. You will have a DEX trade. So we add also context and meaning in our APIs that will be very helpful for you for building certain types of applications. So we started with the Bloxy in 2018. Bloxy is one of our Explorer. I'll just show you. Maybe you guys saw this before. So this is our Bloxy Explorer. We started with this in 2018. This is Ethereum only. And then we saw a problem that there are more and more chains are coming in, and Bloxy is not built for scaling for multi-chain platform. So that's why we built BitQuery. BitQuery is, and Bloxy has a REST APIs, BitQuery has GraphQL APIs, because we saw that, and we saw because scaling with REST API is almost like it's very horrible. You are creating APIs for everything, and that doesn't make sense for us. So we chooses GraphQL, which is more expressive client. For example, if you are a user, you will have more power to use these APIs, or write more expressive queries, pull data actually you do which you want in your structure with your naming and everything. So I'll just talk about GraphQL APIs. Before, let me just show you our Explorer. So this is our Explorer. So this Explorer is actually powered by our GraphQL API. So everything on our Explorer is a widget, and widget is actually powered by GraphQL. And these widgets are independent widgets, just JavaScript and HTML code. You can just take these widgets and add it anywhere on the internet. Like you can just add these widgets on your website. So for example, this is like smart contracts calls on Binance Smart Chain. So you can see there are already around 8 million calls in December on Binance Smart Chain. So let me show you how, when I say widget, what does it mean? If you click on this JS button, you will see this HTML JavaScript code. Let me just show you how, when I say you can just put it on anywhere on the net, what I mean. So let me just add JS fiddle. It is copy paste the code and remove this script part, put it on a JS, and I just run this, it should load. Okay, cool. So as you see, these are like simple JavaScript code on our Explorer, which you saw here, which you are seeing here, actually is loaded here. Once again, which this is loaded here, right? Everyone can see my screen, right?
I can't.
One second.
I think we lost it temporarily.
One second. Okay, cool. Now, Now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as you can see, the screen, the smart contract call, which you can see here, actually you can see here also. So this is very easy, and actually you can change things, and let's just change the theme and rerun it again. So you'll see, because it was a dark theme, it was not showing the text. Now it's a light theme, it is showing text. So, and if you see closely, this is the query which is empowering and pulling the data. Let me show you. So when you click on JS button, you will see the simple JavaScript code, which is a widget. Everything here is a widget, actually. Everything on our Explorer is a widget. And this is a GraphQL query, which is actually empowering this. So this is the query, which is pulling the data and which is showing the results. This is the. So basically, these GraphQL APIs, we built in a way that gives you more meaningful data in terms of you need a smart contract. It's just not a raw data, like you just getting transactions and smart contract calls. We are adding more and more structured data. So you will get text trade over the time. You will get lending, borrowing data. If it is a lending borrowing protocol, you will get lending borrowing data, and these sorts of more meaningful data. Cool. So as we'll add more text and text trade and everything going forward on Binance chain. This is a gas analytics for Binance smart chain. You can see how much gas is getting used over time. So because we have a lot of historical data, we have built the whole ETL pipeline. So under the hood in BigQuery, we extract, load, and we have a big data warehouse for which is doing basically ETL pipeline, which is extracting data from multiple chains, loading it to on our database warehouse, and then transforming into a different ways. We actually process more than 160 TB of data currently. So this is our Explorer, and we built it just to show the capabilities of our APIs. Let me just take you to our APIs. You can access it with the graphql.bitquery.io. And we are actually developing this as a whole new IDE. So currently what developers does is actually when they want to work with the blockchain data, they first they try to find different source where the blockchain data is available. Then mostly they are REST APIs or they are explorers and different things. So there is not a very simplistic one way to access blockchain data, and we are trying to solve that problem. So this is our Explorer, and as you can see, these are public queries which people built on our Explorer, our ID basically. So for example, this is a burger swap. Burger swap is a swap protocol on Binance Smart Chain. This is one query which is getting active users for burger swap factory contract. So for example, using our, we are still working on adding a DEX trade on Binance Smart Chain. But meanwhile, you can access smart contract calls, smart contract events, transaction blocks, user balance, and all different types of data, on-chain data for Binance Smart Chain. For example, this will get Burger Swap active user for which is deployed in Binance Smart Chain. So one of the best thing which is people don't realize is that Binance is EVM compatible, so you don't need to learn anything new. It's already support Solidity. So you have a Solidity contract, you just copy, paste, and deploy on Binance Smart Chain, and it will work basically. The problem comes with when you're trying to deploy, for example, let's say you have a Uniswap on Ethereum, and you want to build something similar to on Binance Smart Chain. So you have a smart contracts which you can deploy on Binance Chain. It will work fine. You have a front-end code which is usually works everywhere. So you don't need to change anything on the front-end code. The problem is now accessing data from the blockchains, like doing transactions and accessing data. So if you use our APIs and build something on Ethereum network, and now you want to migrate on Binance Smart Chain, it's very easy. Basically, you just need to change your network into our APIs and everything will work fine. This is what I mean with unified APIs. Basically, our APIs will be same for what you have written for Ethereum network as well as for Binance Smart Chain. So same API will work everywhere. So it will make you very easy. If you're using our APIs, it will make very easy for you to migrate data from, migrate your decentralized application from Ethereum to Binance Smart Chain. Let me show you more. So cool. This is a band protocol Oracle, which is deployed on Ethereum Binance testnet. So what happened? The same band protocol is a Oracle network on Ethereum, which is deployed on Cohen at the time. And the guys came to us and they wanted to test this on a Binance Smart Chain. And they want a similar structured data on a Binance Smart Chain, which they were getting on Ethereum. So we they just deployed their smart contract and they just use this API to pull the data. And I think, and they are getting the data in the same format. You can see this is giving the price for different tokens. Basically, this Oracle basically pulls for price for different tokens. So this is a very important use case when you have already a decentralized application smart contract deployed on Ethereum blockchain. And now you want to migrate it on a Binance Smart Chain, but now the question is how you pull data, how you want to show this data to your users. You can just use our APIs. They are very easy actually. Let me show you how more about our GraphQL APIs. For example, this is. So this API will give you. So for example, you can do a lot of aggregation using our APIs. So you can do median, you can do average, you can do sum, you can do count and different things. For example, here we are getting gas analytics for a week, and you can see we are starting our week from Thursday. If you just change this offset to, and it will start from Monday. So let's say, so some guy came to us and asked us, okay, how we start our week to Thursday. And we added this feature where you can start your date from any day in the week. And this is weekly gas analytics. So you can see this is a weekly analytics starting from Thursday. And this is the gas value you are getting from Binance Smart Chain. And these are the prices. And actually you can get these values in, I think in USD also. Let me just check it. We recently deployed this feature. See, awesome. So basically you can not only get on-chain data, you're also getting real USD prices. And USD, we support USD, BTC, ETH, and USDT. There are 4 currency where you can actually transform on-chain matrices direct in our queries. So you will also have a market data present with on-chain data when you use our APIs. And this is very important, very beneficial when you are trying to understand. So basically, it becomes very confusing if I tell you that total volume is 1000 BNB. It is very easy to understand when I tell you, okay, total volume is 30,000 USD. So that's very helpful. So similar, this is a Pancake active users. Pancake is one of the biggest protocol currently on Binance Smart Chain. Yesterday we were trying to do something, trying to get the stats for Pancake basically. So Pancake currently runs a Uniswap fork to show their this. Let me show you. So this is Pancake, which is deployed on Binance Smart Chain. Currently, they use a Uniswap fork to show this data to their users. So this is sort of their analytics, right? So currently, they have to maintain their one of the application. They have to run a Binance node, and then actually need to code and dedicate resources to share this information, even though it's forced, and they need to change it or add any information. So currently we are working with the team. We propose them that they directly use our APIs on their front end. No need for backend application. Just use our GraphQL APIs on the front end and show this analytics basically to their users. Cool. So basically, you can see all these sorts of different queries to start with the different types of data. You will find, if you need any type of data, you will most probably you will find the query for this here also, here in our public queries. One of the more important thing is people who don't know GraphQL already. So GraphQL queries are actually APIs. You can use them simply. You can just, like REST APIs, you can just call them from your applications. In GraphQL terminology, they are called queries, but they are actually APIs. REST, you can use them from anywhere, basically. Cool. So this is one of the one of the things which we are building. We are also working on one of the tool which is called FlexiGraph. FlexiGraph will help you basically. As you can see, there will be multiple because in GraphQL you can't do joins and different things. So more complex data is little difficult. With FlexiGraph, you will be able to join multiple queries and create your own data sets. So more complex query which have pre-processed data, this will in a FlexiGraph will enable those sort of behaviors where you can combine multiple queries, get those data, and just if you want, you can actually do some processing and just use end results using another third query. So this is in the process. We are also adding, as more and more applications, decentralized applications are getting deployed on Binance Smart Chain, we are adding more and more data and data types for the Binance Smart Chain. For example, currently we are working on supporting DEX trade for Binance Smart Chain. There are already few DEXs, good DEXs on a BSC, and we want to show the trade analytics and different things for Binance Smart Chain. One other thing, we also have on-chain APIs for tracing money on the blockchain. So for example, if you are looking to trace an asset on Binance Smart Chain, for example, Pancake has their token Cake, and if you want to trace Cake token on Binance Smart Chain and you want to know where this token is going, and for example, if you're building any application where compliance is very important and you want to accommodate Binance Smart Chain and you want to enable that, we also have APIs for that. I think, Anthony, I think that's it from my side.
Okie doke. Well, there's a couple of questions to answer. Does BigQuery cost anything to use?
Yeah, so we will currently in a freemium. So because we are still developing, adding more data sets, so you can use our APIs. There is a freemium plan. Obviously, it has a limitation in the freemium plan. But currently, if you have a good use case, come to us. We will help you and reduce as many cost as we can for you. Basically, we have 3 plans. One is freemium, one is shared, and one is on premises. Freemium is like limited users, everyone. This is freemium, what we are seeing actually. And another is shared, where you can use our servers to pull data. That costs something. And third is on-premise. Basically, we just deploy our whole data warehouse into your premise. That is for enterprise customers.
Cool. Next question, can I run oracles using BigQuery?
BigQuery is centralized. So if you don't want to build, you don't want to run Oracle using a centralized, you can run Oracle, but the thing is, we can only give you on-chain data. I don't understand the question actually.
Okay, that's all right. We sometimes have bad questions. Next question, can I do wallet analysis?
Yes, you can do that.
Next, do you have a price feed for the API? A price feed API, sorry.
So we don't have a price market exchange feed. Price feed means we don't give you exchange pricing any APIs. We don't have price feed APIs as per se, but all the historical data which you find on our APIs, you will have a USD, BTC, ETH, and USDT value against those data.
Cool. Any other questions, guys, for Gaurav? Awesome. Great. Well, I think that's it then. Obviously, guys, if you want to watch this back, the YouTube and the Medium will be, and the presentations will be published later on today. If you have any questions, please do. You can use the Discord. You can funnel them to me, and I'll pass them on. Whatever you kind of prefer to do, we will kind of answer them. Awesome. Great. Well, look, Gaurav, thank you very much for your time this early afternoon, and to our first two speakers from Arcane, thank you very, very much as well for your time. Everyone else, we have a big event coming up in 2 days. We have an AMA with Binance founder and CEO CZ. Going to be a huge, huge event. So I put the Eventbrite into the chat there. So please do have a look before I close the event here. It's also in all the usual places on Discord, on the event spreadsheets, etc. And we will have one more Binance workshop next week, next Thursday, the 17th, I believe, this time slot. We'll have a similar presentation. So please join that. All right, guys. Look, thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe and healthy. And I will speak to you all hopefully very soon. Thank you very much. And thanks again to the speakers.